Good morning. We are positioning. I had it set up somewhere else, but of course at the last minute I decided to change my mind. So there we go. I want to make sure I'm looking at you all. Hi everyone. I am Kari. Let me fix this just a little bit. There we go. Do not mind my wall. I'm still working on it. I am Kari Platinum Puzzy Anthony, and I am a 2-decade veteran and trailblazer in the adult industry, but I'm also longer than that, been in digital marketing, social media management, business development, and before I was in this business, I was doing a whole lot of other things, but decided to make this my formal form of income. Not even really on purpose. It was kind of just one of those situations where life happened. I don't need to go in the whole story, but literally I was making more money working from home, and I just decided that I didn't want to keep spending money on a car insurance, making sure that I had proper clothes for the business casual environment, which was in itself a whole spectacle of, getting written up for not wearing appropriate clothing. Like, yeah, I've always been, I don't want to say a rule breaker, but my energy for some people is too much, or it's intimidating, or they feel like I am in competition with them. And I'm a team player. I mean, I work well by myself, but I'm a team player, and I want to see everyone win. And people often mistake that as I have like an ulterior motive. And so in the workplace, that just doesn't bid well. You know what I mean? Like, it just created some very uncomfortable work environment situations. And, I worked in a male-dominated industry, which the office was run by men, and I'm an ambitious person. I want to rise to the top, and I'm not necessarily coming for your job. I just want to do more for myself. You know what I mean? And that was quickly, it just wasn't, it was frowned upon. People thought I was coming for their job. So needless to say, when I started doing this work by happenstance, I was making more money. So I was like, why am I spending money to go to work at a place I hate, doing a job that I liked the job, but I didn't like the place that I worked at. The people there were very toxic. The management was everything was just not good for me. It was not a good fit. Maybe it's good for someone else, just wasn't good for me. So I decided to go full-time into adult content creation and camming and all that kind of stuff. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm glad that I took a chance on myself and forced myself into a position where I had to learn. I already had these skills and talents and this experience and knowledge, but I took those, implemented them into my business, and 20 years later, here I am, still working for myself. Consider myself to be successful. No, I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. I do well for myself, and I live a comfortable lifestyle, but I struggle from time to time too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm horrible at saving. I always need something, a new phone, a new car, a house repair, something. So saving is something that I definitely have on my goal sheet. But, so I struggle from time to time too. And that savings, I wish I had for months that it's really slow, which, like, right now things are kind of, they're getting better because we're getting ready to hit the busy season. But that's why we're having today's Marketing Monday spicy sales strategy, because one of the sales strategies that you need to have is proper scheduling and knowing how to timeline your calendar. So, hi everyone, come on in. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get alerts when I go live and upload new content, which I hope to get better at doing. It's just, I don't make money from YouTube, so it's not like I don't like force myself to upload, which I should. I apologize. I have so much to give you guys. But if you're not new here and you're returning, say hello. Or if you're in the comments, say hello, hi. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am answering your questions. If you want a more personalized consultation, you can feel free to hit me up privately, whether on Twitter, Instagram, or email. All my information, you can go to Linktree, and I think I have it linked here. But anyways, let's get started. Get your pen and paper. We're going to be taking notes. I need you to be taking notes because some of this information is just going to hopefully change the direction of your business, help you grow a little bit, but more importantly, help you maximize your revenue and make more money. Isn't that the name of the game, right? Okay, so the first thing that we are going to talk about is getting to know yourself. I know it sounds so basic, so simple, and you're like, what do you mean get to know myself? I already know who I am. No. There's the you, like the actual physical, private you, and then there's your online persona. And even though they're the same person, there's going to be some things that, one, I always recommend you keep private. Some of your personal stuff, you want to keep that private, whether it's protecting your family, your family's identity, your minor children, whatever. There's going to be some parts of you that are private. You're not sharing virtually everything. Or if you are, more power to you. This isn't to say not to. I'm just saying I personally keep some things private because those are mine. And then I have my online persona, which is a massive part of me, but some of the aspects of my online personality are tailored to accommodate my business. And I say that not that it's not authentic, but it just isn't something that I would really like practice on an everyday basis. Like, I am not a full-blown dominatrix every day. You know what I mean? Like, my partner and I don't have that type of dynamic. So that's what I mean. It's still part of me, but it's just something that I practice on my online business. So getting to know yourself. Why are we getting to know your online persona? Because one, you need to know yourself before you can sell yourself to someone else, right? If you are camming, doing PSO work, if you're doing content creation, whatever aspect of this spicy business you are in, you are selling yourself. And in order to sell yourself, you have to really develop who are you, who you are. And if you don't know you, you can't expect your fans to, buy in. So the first thing you want to know is know yourself. How do you get to know your online persona? The first thing you want to do is establish who you want to be. For me, I tried to do like the whole, triple X video stuff. That was not for me. And I quickly cut that off. I did my little bit and then I got out. I was like, this is not for me. For a variety of reasons, which are not important, but try some things out. And if you like it, roll with it. If it makes money, roll with it. If it's not stepping over your boundaries, roll with it. If it makes you feel comfortable, roll with it. If it's the opposite of anything that I just said, cut it off. Find something else. And this is why you want to put your eggs in different baskets and try maybe a little camming, a little bit of content creation, a little bit of PSO, a little bit of something, so you can figure out where your fast lane is. For me, my fast lane is camming, education, and content creation. PSO, I'm great at PSO. The actual act of doing the PSO stuff, I am phenomenal at. Probably better than all the other stuff. But waiting for calls to come in and that type of environment does not work well with me. So that's part of getting to know yourself, is incorporating your strengths and weaknesses, identifying those strengths and weaknesses, and playing off of the things that are your strengths and not getting too heavily focused on your weaknesses, because that's something as humans we frequently do. We, sit down and I can't do this, or I don't do that, or, all the 10,000, what ifs, could haves, would have, should haves. No, we are focusing on our strengths. What are your skills from when you were in high school or when you started into the workforce? Like being a virtual assistant, an administrator, a secretary, working at Whataburger, like whatever it is that you did before. Hold on, I gotta hydrate my lips. I did all this stuff to my face, which I do not like this toner, by the way. Oh my God, it's not my color. So I love y'all so much, and I'm coming on here even with this like too dark for my face tinted toner. But anyways, that's not why we're here. We are here. So you're focusing on your strengths, not your weaknesses. And for me, I did digital marketing. I did customer service. I did bill collections. I was a cashier and part-time manager at Wendy's. Like, I took all those things and like, how can I take what I've learned already? What are my strengths and how can I implement those into my business? So the one thing that I did is I identified, what are my skills? What am I knowledgeable about? What are my talents? And what are my experiences? What do I love? I love artwork. I love shopping. I love travel. And those are all things that kind of have turned into the platinum Puzzy persona, right? So we're getting to know ourselves. We're developing who we are. We're identifying where we are going to basically strategize from. You do want to recognize your weaknesses, just because in situations where, for me, editing videos is like my downfall. I have so much content, but not enough time to edit them, and I just don't have the patience. Like, can I do it? Absolutely. Can I change a tire? Absolutely. Do I do it? No. Why? Because I am a mentally creative, like, I'm an Aquarius, so my brain works overtime. And so I want to put that time. It's like cleaning. I hate cleaning because I'm thinking about all the things that I could be doing in the business while I'm cleaning. So yeah, it's awful. But you want to outsource those things that you are either unable to do, can't do, or just don't want to do. So consider outsourcing for those tasks. And that way your weaknesses are no longer your weakness. They are part of your successful business strategy. So we've gotten to know ourselves. One of the other tasks I want you to do, and write this down. Come on, get your pen and paper. Write down keywords that identify your personality, your physical attributes, your persona, and the niches that you cater to. When you are done with this, you should have at minimum 40. I want you to write 10 for each. Your personality, physical attributes, your niche, and what was the other one? I forgot already. Hold up. But anyways, write those down. You should have 40 keywords. If you don't know 40, look up, let's say for me, femdom, gooning, edging, JOI. Those are things that I cater to. Ass worship. I'm going to look up things that, like, similar words, similar keywords. I'm looking up like the most popular videos that are being searched on P-Hub and X videos and places like that. In fact, AEBN does a monthly top searched content niches from their website, and that posts on the XBiz, like their newsletter. In fact, we're going to start doing some of those right here on my channel, so stay tuned for that. So anyways, yeah, you want to look up popular searched keywords in Spicy World. You know, some words we can't say here on YouTube. So and when you start looking up those keywords, you want to see which of those keywords already incorporate into the persona and the content that you're already creating. But you may get some ideas for other ones. Another couple of websites to look up are ManyVids and Clips for Sale. Also go to Chatterbait. Chatterbait has hashtags at the top. Go and see which ones are most popular. And for me, I was a little surprised at some of the ones that showed up as heavily viewed. So those are places that you can do some recon work, some marketing strategy, research work to go and see, like, what are people searching on the internet? What are your fans looking for? So you can give it to them. What better way to make a sale than to know what's being searched and what's popular, right? If you know that Nike Jordans are the go-to shoe, then you're gonna go for Nike Jordans, right? Same thing with your content, the same thing with your online business. You want to find what people are actually looking for. The demand is already there. So now you're going to be the supplier. There's no real sales strategy in that. It's just knowing that to have the right product. So do your research, go online, take some personality tests, but instead of doing the personality test as yourself, your like true self, do it with your online personality. And even with that, start to develop like a bio, a very detailed bio of who is your online personality. Who are you? And how, like, who are you looking for? Who is your target audience? And once you find who your target audience is, it's going to be easier to generate sales. So we're getting to know ourselves. We're doing some marketing research so that we can create keywords that when we're describing ourselves and our content or the type of work that we are promoting and marketing, we are reaching the exact audience that we want to reach, because then that creates a sales strategy that's successful. It's like if you're into rave music, you're going to go to a rave party, a rave concert, a rave event, right? Because you already know those are your people. They're going to be dressed alike. They're going to be listening to the same type of music. Your interests are the same. So you're almost guaranteed to have a good time because you're already with your people. That's the same thing with your marketing strategy. You want to be where you're already wanted. If I'm looking for Nike Jordans, I'm going to go where I can find Nike Jordans. So learning who you are and developing your marketing strategy around who you have developed as your online character or persona is going to immediately put you in the places that you need, instead of just randomly showing up places like, hey, does anybody have Nike Jordans? Hey, are you a raver? Like, when you're marketing with no strategy, you're literally just screaming into the air and hoping someone hears you. That's literally what you're doing. You're spending hours and days and months and possibly years screaming into the void, hoping that someone's going to be interested in what you're saying, hoping that someone hears you, hoping that they're like, oh, okay, I'll check this out. That doesn't work, because yeah, they might check it out, but they may not buy. They're going to be like, okay, I saw you have air freshener. Oh, that's wonderful. But am I convinced to buy it? No, because you want to create a similar interest. You want to have something in common with the person that when you go somewhere and you know that they're looking for Febreze air freshener, you're like, hey, you're looking for Febreze air freshener? Look what I have. I have Linen and Sky Air Febreze. And of course, I'm already looking for this, so I'm like, okay. It's 100% natural. So the other thing about knowing your keywords and knowing your persona is being able to sell yourself by telling them what makes you different than the next person who does this type of content. Okay, so we'll use the air freshener as an example. This is 100% natural propellant. It's not hurting the air. What else? It's Linen and Sky, so it has a fresh smell. So being able to know exactly who you are, exactly what your boundaries are, and really reach into that person's interest by knowing your product, which is you, helps you create a sale. No one's gonna buy something when you're like, I don't know. Let me read the directions. Let me see what this says. Okay, it eliminates odors. When you're unsure of your product, you're not convincing your potential customer to be sure of your product. You gotta know what you want, what you hope to accomplish. And the next item that I want to say is everything should lead to a call to action. If we're having this conversation right now, I want you to go follow me on Twitter. Platinum Puzzy and the number 1. It's down there somewhere underneath this window. Follow me on Instagram. Go join my email list. On my link tree, I have the ability to put your email into my email list so that you can get notifications of specials that I'm running. Sometimes I do free consultations. Sometimes I host virtual webinars and events. If you want to be a part of that and learn from me, boom, join my email list. See? Call to action. You're here I know that you're here. I see you over there. I hope that you'll comment and say hi. But I want you to join my email list at minimum, or follow me on social media so you can start interacting with me outside of YouTube. Call to action. I gave you something to do that continues this relationship rather than just walking by and being like, You don't want your fans to do that. You don't want your customers to do that. You want them to stop and be like, oh my gosh, that's the Febreze I want. I need that Febreze. How do I get it? So the next strategy is pricing. And this is a common mistake that we all make, is underpricing ourselves. Price high. You're worth it. Your time, your energy, the mental anguish, and the taxing of our you being your product it's a lot. Get paid for it, and get paid right. Price high, and if they feel like they're budging, you can go down. You can negotiate. But if you price low already, there's really nowhere else to go except free. And when you start giving things away for free, if you give too much away for free, then you're not going to, one, generate revenue, and two, you're going to feel like you're not worth being paid. So don't do that to yourself. Take time in it to consider that it costs money to buy equipment. It costs money to pay photographers and videographers. It costs money for photo shoot area or for locations. It costs money for outfits. It costs money, everything. My lashes and eyebrows getting tinted, my nails, getting my hair done, jewelry, outfits, they all cost money. So everything that I do, the internet, in order for me to stream live, in order for me to, upload this stuff, all of that stuff costs money. So price yourself accordingly. I have my videos starting at $19.99. I don't care if it's 2 minutes up until about 10 minutes, depending on the niche of the video. Like if it's something that's like farting or like real taboo, those I price higher. But I start at $19.99. Every once in a while I'll have something that's like not really, like I'm not real happy with the quality, or I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I'll price it maybe $14.99 or maybe $9.99 if I'm being sweet, but I like to price them at least $14.99, $19.99, because then I can do a sale. And if I do a sale, I'm not losing too much of the revenue from that particular piece of content. But anyways, when you're pricing your PSO, same thing. I do that a little bit differently. A lot of times if I'm doing, I'll do like 99-cent listings, and it'll say like, this is not for SEX chat, but the problem with that is that they'll call anyways and expect. So be careful. A lot of times the things that I do, I just want them to follow me. I just want them to, how did this person find my, one of my fans just sent me a FaceTime. Like, that's weird. Woo, that's a whole nother conversation, y'all. Protecting your identity. But anyways, we're talking about spicy sales strategy. So pricing yourself so that you can generate enough revenue from small amounts of sales. It feels really good to sell a video for $19.99 and get paid on average, $15 or $16 for that video, rather than if it's $9.99, then I'm only getting like $6 or $7, and then it just feels like that video didn't generate enough sales. You know what I mean? So if I do 5 sales, that to me is going to generate more money than it would take me the same amount, 10 sales. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just want to price high, not too high where you like $99.99 and then you price yourself out of business, but price yourself for what you feel you're worth. And don't let anybody else tell you what that pricing structure should be. If you feel like you want to sell your shit for $9.99, then sell it for $9.99. And don't let anyone else come in and tell you, girl, you're pricing your stuff too low, or guy, whoever you are, or they, oh, you're pricing your stuff too low. It's not anybody else's business. If that's what works for you, then do it. Absolutely. I'm telling you to price high based off of what you think is high. and then work your way down. ManyVids has promo codes, so you can run a sale on there. ManyVids also has the membership platform, the VIP, and you can go in and like do a whole bunch of videos and put them like 15% off, whatever. I like to use promo codes because that forces them to have to go in and put the promo code. I also do upsells. You can price it at $19.99 and then do an upsell where you, like, for people that are into like FinDom and stuff, you can make it 50% higher or whatever. But there's so much you can do with that. Pricing is important, but more importantly, get the content out there. Okay, so really, really, really important aspect of your spicy sales strategy. Don't overthink it. I know. I'm an Aquarius. I overthink everything. I overthought me ordering a coffee. I'm very picky. My coffee needs to taste a certain way, and I mix up flavors, and when it doesn't come out right, then I just don't order it at all. Alexa's talking to me now. Strange things are happening, people. But when I say don't overthink it, we, especially in this industry, because we are ostracized from social media, there's a lot of places where we can't be. And I'm going to explain to you why that is, so you understand how to simplify your marketing strategy. We want to sell the actual content, right? That's all wrong. Take a few steps back. What do we start with? Getting to know yourself. You are the product. Sell you. The content, the phone stuff, the camming, all of that is just a road. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a vessel of entertainment. They're once they're into you, once they've bought into you, they are going to buy let's say there's 20 different flavors or scents of this Febreze. They're going to buy maybe not all of them, but they'll buy the ones that interest them the most. By doing that, you're going to end up with lifelong fans, lifelong customers. You're not looking for 1 million fans on OF or loyal fans or ManyVids or wherever, because those million people, they're not all buying. A good majority of them are just lurking. They're hoping for you to put out something for free. They're waiting for they're time wasting. They're absorbing all of your time and energy, and they're taking away from you catering to those that are paying. So 1 million followers just clutters up. It just fills up your inbox. It just, think of it as a crowd. And let's say that your Prince Charming or your Princess Charming or your They Charming, whatever you're into, is on the other side of the road. And in the middle of the road is a parade. Everybody in that parade is there for free. But the person that's paying is that person on the other side. Those people are cluttering your access to the ones that truly are fans of you, that are truly willing to pay for your product, for your content, for your services, for your time. And those are the people that you want to get to quicker and faster. So fan counts and all of these percentages are first of all, they can be easily fixed. For fan club platforms, a lot of people do free trials, and yeah, you can have 1 million followers or 1 million fans on OF or loyal fans or whatever fan platform you were on, but how did they get there? Did they pay? Are they paying for your PPVs? Are they paying in tipping and paying for your services and time? Most of them are not. So I am not buying promo, or I'm not interested. Oh, you have 1 million fans? That's fucking fantastic. I want to know how you got those fans, and I want to know more about those fans, because to me, they're just the parade. They're the parade of people that are keeping me from my Prince Charming on the other side of the road. I want to get to him because he's the one with the money. He's the one that wants to see you. He's the one that's going to pay for your time. So 1 million fans? No, I'll take 100. I'll take 100 fans. My inbox is easier to manage. It's easier to get to the ones that are paying, tipping, and buying my content, and the ones that aren't going to just waste my time. So if you ask me, do I want 1 million fans or 100 paying fans? I'll take the 100 paying fans all day. So the strategy that gets you to Prince Charming is by knowing who you are, knowing your product, and you are selling virtually yourself, your personality. That's what's going to draw them in. And you do this by producing safe for work content. Look me in my face. I'm not kidding. We in this industry typically get so hyper focused on trying to show the most and get the most, like, oh, 10,000 people liked my video on Twitter. How many of those bought it? I'll wait. Clout. It's all for clout. Unless you sell promo or you're looking to do an brand ambassadorship or an influencer deal, those numbers are pretty fucking useless. And a lot of people spend money and a lot of time building that follower base, hoping that that one big spender is in there, or 5 big spenders, or 10 big spenders. But if you are giving the content away for free, you know where I'm going with this. What else is there left for them to buy? They've already been entertained. They've already, reached their goal. They already have the answers to the test. They don't need to take the course. So you keep it safe. Because now, if they want to see all the other stuff, if you do any of that, or if they want the phone, or if they want the camming, or if they want any of the things that you offer, they have to pay for it. And you're within the guidelines of the websites, of the social media platforms, or wherever you're posting, because safe for work content's safe. Now, how do you get them from being a follower on social media? Or Alexa, turn on blue light. Woo! We just changed the whole dynamic of the room. See how that works? So how do you get them from, let's say, an Instagram, a Facebook, a YouTube, a Twitter, wherever? And that's by creating a sales funnel or a click funnel that, one, meets the guidelines of the sites that you're on, Linktree. And if you check out, actually, I'll put the Linktree. I have an actual live that I did about Linktree and the terms of service, so you understand what is okay and what's not okay for spicy creators. I'll put that link down in the description so you can watch that. But Linktree is a great mediator. It's a great bridge from you to your Prince Charming. And what's really important in this aspect of your strategy is knowing where you want them to go. And I'm gonna take my glasses off for this one. They don't know. They don't know what they want. It's up to you to tell them what they want. You are going to be pivotal in instructing them where to go, and then once you start communicating with them, you can pivot from there. Maybe they just want to do this or do that, and then you can figure out, okay, well, this is going to be better for you, or that's going to be better for you. But for me, the first place I want them to go is to my website. My website has all my content, a whole bunch of stuff that's been wiped off of Clips for Sale, ManyVids, OF, and not quite ready to be released on LF. But my website, I've had it forever, and it just has massive amounts of content for a low price. So that's the first place I want them to go, because they'll be entertained forever, and it doesn't require them to message me. Like, it's just a website with all my content. So if that's what they're looking for, boom. If they're looking for a more personal experience, I'm going to send them to my fan club. So I give them the option. Those are the 2 options. You got website. If you're looking to, and I literally, actually I need to change it because I had to fix my links, but it'll say, basically like, okay, so my link tree doesn't have any adult spicy links. It's all like YouTube, sign up for my email list, my Amazon affiliate stuff, and then it says spicy links, which goes to my all my links page. All my links is where all my spicy stuff is. So once they get to this spicy site, my website link should say something like start fapping right now, and then my fan club would be like come and speak to me directly, or something that indicates what's the difference. Why am I going to the website? And you need to tell them what to expect without some long paragraph, but get straight to the point, because that should always be a part of your marketing strategy too. They're not reading novels to get to the product. By the time they get through the second paragraph or even the first one, they're like, okay, you know what I mean? So get straight to the point. So my website link should say, doesn't need to say Model Centro. They don't care. They're not worried about the location. They just want to know what's going to be there when they get there. And it could be like your one-stop shop Fap Now. Boom. Fan club, chat with me now. Access to my content or fan club content or whatever. Let them know it's a fan club. And then boom, that should be the link for that. They don't need to know that it's loyal fans. And I think that we spend a lot of time like, one, overpopulating our link sites to where we give them way too many options. It is overwhelming for a consumer. It's like when you go to a restaurant and they have the big Coca-Cola machine and it's got 300 flavors, everything you can possibly think of, yada, yada, yada. You get overwhelmed. I don't know if I want raspberry root beer or peach Sprite or, you know, Mr. Pibb. Like, you get overwhelmed with choices and then having to select, you're going to just like, ugh. And then when you get it, you're like, I don't know if I like this. It sounded good. And then you just made that first experience with your fan not the best. And are they going to come back? Not likely. You want them to be happy with the first thing that happens and be satisfied. Give them as close to what you want and they want as you can so that they stay around. Because consistent consumers and continual consumers are the ones that are going to make you the most amount of money. Even if it's micropayments, the guy that tips $5 to message you every time. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but if he messages you, you know, 10 times a week, 5 times 10, you just made $50 off of someone where there's other guys that sit in your message box and will never pay a penny and message you 100 times a day. So think about long-term investments. It's like, think of it like a savings account. If you save $10 a week, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's $40 a month over the course of the year. You see what I'm saying? Like, that adds up. So those micropayments count. And when you have someone that's a long-term customer and they're consistently buying, that's the person that's going to make you the most amount of money, rather than the person who drops $500 and is like, I really didn't get my money's worth. It also takes away the pressure of when someone tips you $5, like, you could be like, thank you, and not feel bad about not sending them 10,000 videos. But when someone drops a large amount of money on you, then you're like, oh my gosh, are they getting their money's worth? Are they happy? Like, it creates this pressure to want to satisfy them. And a lot of the fans do that on purpose. They want you to be in a position where you feel like you have to fulfill their endless desires. And I'm not a puppet. And that's basically what that creates, is a pussy puppet. Now you think you own me because you sent me a large amount of money, when I'm like, no sir. So don't sleep on those small payments. But I digress. Let's go back. We want to get those customers. You're going to link, get them straight to the content, get them, tell them what they want. Tell them what they want. Don't be afraid to get to know them a little bit and find out what their kinks are, their fetishes, and, you know, what they're into. Like, those are obviously common questions that you want to ask, just to be able to curate content that you already have for them. Like, hey, I have a bundle that's, you know, my fart bundle. Boom. Let me get that to you. Oh, you like masturbation and machines. Okay, cool. Let me get that content to you. So having a strategy of pulling them from safer workplaces and your safer work content. You should be making more safe for work content than you do anything else, because that is where the people are going to really see you, and everything that you do that's adult should be behind a paywall. And I wanted to explain why. The internet does not age restrict content. Even though it says sensitive, whatever, that doesn't stop a minor from clicking that button. And you don't want to be in a situation where you have exposed a minor to your adult content, regardless if you have control or not. If you're posting safe for work content in public spaces, it's like being in a public space. You have to think about it like, you know, yeah, I could flash you, but, you know, am I at a park where or am I somewhere where there's minors in sight that could possibly see me, and now I've just exposed myself? Like, you have to think about the internet very much like you do in the public. When you start thinking like that and you start putting out content imagining that you're in public, people are hitting on you in public, right? They are. They're like, oh man, she's hot. And then you have the ability to surprise them. You get them behind the paywall, and now you're like, ching! And then they're like, titties! Or they're like, ooh, look at that big booty. Or whatever it is that you sell. If you're dumb and you're like, get on your knees. Like, you're not going to do that in the middle of a mall. You know what I mean? Like, you have to think about your content and what you post on public platforms. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all those places are public. Anybody can see what you're posting. They need to pay for it. They need to pay for it. And you don't want to put stuff out there that could be seen. You know, I look at it like this. I have grandkids. I know. I'm a grandma. I'm 48. I'm not ashamed of it at all, but I have grandkids, and I think to myself, my grandkids are on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. They're everywhere. I don't want them seeing me. Like, are they going to see links to stuff? Maybe. I hope they don't do no clicking, but they're not going to see me butt naked. You know what I mean? Like, although I did post a video on Twitter. It was for Marketing Monday. It was to show you, which is the next step that we're going to talk about, is how to market. But I just want you to think safe for work. Think about posting. Hey, I see you guys. Don't be afraid to comment. Is it letting you guys comment? Because no one said anything, and that's unusual. But so think about what you're posting. Safe for work. Safe for work also gives them a chance to get to know you and your personality. And then everything else just becomes like a bonus. So safe for work. Let's talk about marketing strategy when it comes to particular content, whether it's phone sex stuff, camming, content creation. Think about the strategy of less is more. Take more time to focus on one beautiful piece of content that you've put a lot of time and energy into. Edit that really nice and create safe for work promos. So now my videos, the first couple of minutes is all safe for work. I need to have something I can chop, slice, and put on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, because I'm just doing stuff in clothes, right? I don't talk about anything adult. I treat it like YouTube. The first 2 minutes, you're not supposed to curse in order to get monetized. So that's how I think when I do my content, my spicy content. The first 2 minutes should be teasing, walking, talking about things that are not going to get me in trouble, so that I can use that content either to music or put it in CapCut, or I can just chop that actual content and put it up itself, and it could just be me walking around being like, whoo, it's hot out here. It's me. I am what's hot. You know what I mean? Like, just silly things like that, you know, lead up. And then after the 2 minute mark, that's when I get into my boom, chicken, bow, wow. That's when I get into the good stuff. So I always try to, when I'm creating one piece of content, one video, I like to get pictures, safe for work pictures, as many as I can possibly get. Obviously some pictures. I get content that I could use for social media, trailer content, like B-roll stuff, and then I film whatever it is that I'm wanting to film, right? This will give you a strategy that basically you do all the work at one time. You could talk about your storyline as a blog. That's text. That could be a tweet. That could be an Instagram, story post. You just type it out. It could be, you could just put like some video, and then that could be the caption. Like, you want to write out what your concept is. Like for me, the video that's on my Twitter right now is, someone says they're commenting and I'm not seeing it. Why I had to hit a button. I apologize. I did not see y'all's comments till just now. So I can see them now. I am so sorry. Hey, Thickabell. So before I create my content, I have a concept in mind. A lot of it's gonzo, like I just go with the flow. But a lot of it also has or after I'm done doing like whatever gonzo stuff I do, which gonzo is just literally just jumping into it, I will write it out. So right now, if you go to my Twitter, let's go to my Twitter. It's the video that's up right now says, I'm at the park. I find some guys cruising and watching me, so I give them a little show. You can look, but can you touch? Watch to find out if they got to play with me. Okay, so here's what I did. One, I created a thought. Did they get to touch me? Create a mystery. Make people want to engage or find out more. If you tell them everything in the description, there's nothing left for them to figure out. There's nothing left for them to find. The mystery's solved. Like if you do XXX content, do not tell them how it ends. Don't tell them about the pop shot. Don't tell them where it goes. Make them unlock the video. Make them buy it to find out. They got to watch it. Fast and the Furious don't tell you how they end the movie. And you shouldn't tell them either. So create a desire to find out more. What keeps you watching Power and Force and all of the shows that like the TV shows is that they end it making you have to watch the next episode. And they do the finale, what? With a cliffhanger. Do the same thing when you're marketing your content. Create the mystery and make them, it doesn't necessarily mean that what you imply happens in the video, but they got to watch to find out. The second thing is giving them a call to action. I say, watch to find out if they got to play with me. So basically the only way you're going to find out is to watch the video. Sales strategy. Created the desire to want to know how it ends, telling them how to find out how it ends. Those two together is what creates your sale. Because when Fast and Furious does a cliffhanger, what happens when Fast and Furious comes out? I'm spending whatever amount of money it costs to get to the movies, to buy my ticket and get into that theater so I can see how Fast and Furious ends. Or end up in the next cliffhanger, because with this last one, they gave us another cliffhanger. So, with your marketing strategy, you have one concept, one video, one set of pictures, or like all these things. You have your pictures, your social media, and your video. You want to create an enticing trailer, but do not show too much. Make it fast. If you give them all of this stuff in the trailer, they're going to have enough to enjoy themselves and they won't have a need to buy the video. So you make your image and your post and all that stuff. You want to make it very, oh, I didn't post it. I'm sitting here telling you about a post that's not even up yet because I didn't hit what? Post. I'm not hitting buttons today, but I'm definitely giving y'all some gems. Okay. So, oh, it's telling me I can't because the video is too... Here we go. But anyways, I guess I'll just do a GIF. This is really annoying. Anyways, so my marketing strategy is that this video, and I like to do my marketing on Mondays. I'm alliteration fanatic. Like I love doing, tutorial Tuesdays, marketing Monday, webinar Wednesday, Thirsty Thursdays. Like I like to do alliteration days. And so marketing Mondays for me. Oftentimes I shoot on Tuesdays anyway, so that gives me the full week to edit my video, get my marketing materials ready, and I have everything ready to go. So when I'm ready to pull the trigger on marketing that particular piece of content for the week, it's all there ready to roll. So that gives me a nice marketing on Monday. I film on Tuesday. I'll have the full week to get my content prepared for the next week. So definitely keep that in mind when you're creating your calendar and your schedule. And that's something that we're going to do on another segment, is scheduling, time blocking, and making time for your content. I will give you a little gem. Make sure you follow me on social media. But this is all of the, ooh, it looks nice on that light. Woohoo! This is all of the national calendar days. And the highlights are, I'll explain to you, pink is stuff that will be for iHeart BBW. So like if I want to say like October 1st is National Hair Day, I'm going to put a post on iHeart BBW that's like, hey, post your best hair picture or your favorite hair color or something that has to do with hair. So pink is my iHeart BBW. Orange is Poshmark. So if there's like National Bra Day, I'm going to post bras or promote my bras on Poshmark. Blue is food, so anything that's food related is in blue. I try to do content around food, but I stopped doing it too much because a lot of it's not healthy and I'm trying to eat healthier. So anyways, yellow is content. So that means all of this in yellow are ways that I can do content. And I'll give you an example. One of them is Clergy Appreciation Day. I have a lot of nun content. I am sacrilegious. Trigger warning, I am not sacrilegious. I am a spiritualist. I believe in a higher being. I don't know who that person is. I don't know if they're female or male. I don't know if they're Caucasian, African American, Latino. I don't know. Like, I know there's a higher being, but I don't give it an identity. It's just there. You know what I mean? And I don't subscribe to the whole, guilting myself for sinning and tithing and all that kind of stuff. Like, my money isn't going to heaven. And a lot of the people that are that's a whole nother bad Kari. We're not talking about that here. But anyways, I shouldn't have used clergy appreciation. Let's move on. Train your brain. On October the 13th is Train Your Brain Day. So Train Your Brain, I do a lot of gooning content and like femdom stuff. So I'll use that I'm going to retrain your brain from being a arrogant, fat-hating, women-hating jerk and douchebag, and I'm going to train you to be a very gentleman-like person who is spending their money. So I take National Train Your Brain Day and I create content, or I already have content that's in that could be like a train your brain, retrain your brain, or something of that sort. I'm going to use National Train Your Brain Day to promote the content that I already have, or to create. It gives me an idea for content to create for that particular day. I shoot on Tuesdays. So tomorrow I'm going to make a retraining your brain. So it's going to be from something like from douchebag to, I don't know. I haven't thought of anything clever just yet, but I will. But basically, I want to retrain him from being a douchebag and a fat hater and a woman hater and a fat shamer or whatever. And I'm going to make him a simp. Essentially, I'm going to make him pay. And he's going to pay for all the women that he victimized and was shitty to. Because there's a lot of them out there. So anyways, I'm going to take the National Day calendar. And I actually have a list of my content that I'm going to create on Tuesday. October 3rd is National Boyfriend Day. This is an amazing day to really get your customers into a space of like that GFE. And GFE, not in a XXX way. I mean, you can, that's up to you. But GFE and like connecting with them on an emotional level. A lot of these guys are lonely. A lot of these guys don't have anyone to talk to, and you are someone who could give them that safe space to be able to have like a normal conversation, and then also like fetish, kink, and be able to enjoy themselves. So October 3rd is a great day to do something that's like a video that says very boyfriend, POV boyfriend, like, hey, I'm so glad you're home. How was your day? Oh, yeah, I made dinner. And then, you know, or hi, does this make you feel better after a long day? And then, you know, you're flashing, you're teasing, you're, you know, or if you're into like JOY, like whatever. You use your brain and your creativity, and you can use National Boyfriend Day to create a connection with your fans and your customers. So that's one of my bonus tips. I have plenty, lots more, and I'm actually going to be doing a productivity room. If you are interested in joining my account, it's a place where we work together. You work on whatever you want, or you can just sit in there and chit chat, whatever the case may be. If you have questions, you can ask your questions, but it's a place where we hold each other accountable and get our work done and just talk strategy, talk about like what, you know, we're doing, and maybe get some advice. You never know. But if you're interested, make sure you're following me on Twitter, PlatinumPuzzy and the number 1. Let me know you saw this video. Make sure you comment down below as well, like this video. And when you send me a message on Twitter or post a tweet, if you could tweet it, that'd be great. I will follow you if I'm not already, and we can DM and I will give you the information. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I am available for private coaching and consultation, whether you need creative inspiration and ideas. I can help you get to know yourself. I can help you identify what your niches are. I can help you create a spicy sales strategy that will help you work hard, work smarter, not harder, and get straight to the money. Because we spend a lot of time trying to figure out what the hell to do, and that time is time wasted because there are customers out there that could be spending their money, and you got that parade right there. You got that parade. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I may jump back on later. It is Marketing Monday, and this was your spicy sales strategy. Whew. Go follow me on social media, and I will see you guys again later. Also follow iHeartBBWCOM and subscribe to the channel on here, iHeartBBW. Thank you.